Maybe. It could be.
It's a real thing, though.
It's a real thing.
Like I know Mercury retrograde is, but do you think like that's really affecting people's like the way they're thinking and their choices and all that?
I think there's some science to it. We just don't know about it. Like the full moon affecting people's actions.
Would you say you're an astrologist?
No, I'm not.
Are you in the right kind of feng shui right now?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Was this verified by a feng shui master?
I don't know.
Oh
You can,
boy.
Master.
huh?
What's a feng shui master?
A master of putting things in a room in the right direction and area so that they complement your feng shui profile.
Right. Kind of like feng shui. Right?
Isn't that what it is?
Whatever.
Feng shui?
Right. It
Huh.
coordinates with the nature.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? We got the three of us. Let's get this shindig started. I'm playing the intro from yesterday.
You already
Okay.
put it as live.
I know. Thank you, Randall. I think I realized that.
You know, why bother?
Oh my god. All right. Randall, would you thank Obama for
Thanks, Obama.
stopping Ebola?
Talk.
What?
Would you?
He stopped it.
Yeah.
And now,
Obama-
another empty rant with
Tony. Randall?
Uncle Jesse. Jeremy.
Chelsea,
And Miguel.
the Rupture God.
Here the rapture.
All right. So here we are for taken three of Empty Rant Group Rant 38. We're still sticking with the summer episode. How's it going, Summer? You doing all right?
Doing good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that.
Great.
You were saying that our technical difficulties last night were due to the Mercury retrograde.
Yeah.
I see. Did you
I
have
found
any?
out about it this morning.
I'm sorry.
I found out about it this morning.
Oh, did you notice like your day was just off, like yesterday?
I've been wondering why the traffic had been very heavy for no reason ever since summer started. Ever since summer break started, and then the radio just happened to talking about Mercury retrograde, and I was like, that explained everything.
I
I've been so frustrated every morning, and and then the whole house hunting situation. Everything's not right.
yeah, but how long has the retrograde been going on?
How long? I think it's been going since May 28th, and it will end tomorrow. It will end June 11th, and then it will start back up again in September 15th, and then it'll end in October some.
What is Mercury retrograde?
I don't know.
I need to look up the exact definition. While I look that up, let me introduce Randall. Randall the Mandel. Terrible Randall. Rude Randall.
Hi.
What happened to Ranting Randall?
Hey, Ranting Randall. There. Wait, I thought Ranting Randall was kind of getting, I don't know, like repetitive.
We don't want to have a
Rhetorical
positive
Randall.
connotation. We want to use negative words.
Rhetorical
to
Randall.
describe.
It's funny that you bring that up because I was reading this article about colloquial racism, and they talk about the use of words like that, and if you keep using them in a negative way, then these negative connotations get put within. So I was trying to make a conscious effort to use words positively, and here I am using them negatively towards you. So, I need to improve myself. I need it for the better of the world. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
I'll give you a good example of it. So like one is like the symbolism of white versus like white is always associated with positive and black is always associated with negative. And so you always think of the good guys as wearing white hats and ride white horses, and the use of white there, it's a you associate it with good things, and that's like it's in our language, and so when you use it in that manner, then you associate with like it ties into, I guess, racism basically, because now it's associated with one race is better than the other one. Because, yeah, I mean I mean God is portrayed as white, and the devil's portrayed as black. It's like it's in it's part of our, I don't know how you would put it, I guess our monoculture, part of our language, and so we use it, and we're being influenced by it without really knowing it.
How is devil portrayed as black?
We always see the devil drawn. You've seen black devils drawn out. I mean, maybe red, but also they it's always like dark in hell. Hell is dark, right?
But not its race. It's not a race. But you're saying that God is a race of white. But
God is white.
But devil.
And God is good. So.
Well, think about like cartoon God. Whenever he's drawn out as white. But also like when I see the light, this is positive. This illumination, or it's coming to God. This idea, it's bright. Or whenever I'm sad, it's, we associate these colors, and these colors get put into our mindset on race. I mean, this makes sense. I don't know. Makes sense to me. But anyways, we can come back to that, I guess. But I still need to introduce Uncle Jesse. How you doing, Uncle Jesse?
I'm doing good.
Thanks for joining the show again. Appreciate it.
I'm not echoing.
It doesn't sound like you're echoing, right?
You're echoing applause.
Oh,
How about
that'll
this?
do.
Can you hear the kids?
I can hear the kids.
Do the kids echo?
No.
Okay.
Kids are great. Why are they up so late?
Oh, kids, man. I saw a picture that you put out on your Instagram, and kids look really cute, bro. You have some cute kids.
Oh, thanks, bud.
Just think about my kids. Anyways, summer.
Hi.
5 days of summer. We're approaching. When was the first of summer? Is summer already? Is it already the first day of summer? Or is that June 21st?
June 21st.
Okay.
June 21st.
Since you want to tell us some background on your name, Summer, because that's not your real name. Are we allowed to say your real name on the podcast?
It is my real name.
Well, you know what I mean, like your
legal name?
Your legal name. Okay. There we go.
My legal name. Yeah, my legal name is my Chinese name.
And you can just say the first name so we don't use last names, but it's Li. Or am I saying that right? Li Ji?
J.
Leeches?
He's Lee J.
Lee J.
Oh,
Right.
Lee J the DJ?
Lee J the DJ.
The DJ. Now, how did you get from Lee J to Summer?
They actually first named me Summer. And then because the character of Summer is very complicated. It's very not complicated. It's very complex, and it doesn't really go with my last name and my middle name, I guess. So they changed it to J, which means pure. So then that's where my DJ came from. And Lee is actually a generation character where our generation, like my cousins and my uncle's kids, their name are all with a Lee, and then something else.
What does Lee J stand for?
J means pure.
Oh, okay.
And Lee is just passed down from generation, like from our family.
So purely.
Right, purity.
Pure Summer?
Pure Summer. And then because they named me Summer first, they didn't name me J at first.
So you were Lee Summer?
No. Yeah, Summer in Chinese is pronounced as Xia, right? So it's like it's more like Shia, Sha, and then right. So so it's Lisha. That's how they first named me. I don't know what they. Oh yeah, they made and then they missed summer, but I was born in autumn. I was born in September.
Oh, so you're living a lie.
But that character can also mean China if you combine it with another word.
Okay.
So I guess my grandfather was a patriot, and then he wants me to like do something for the Chinese government or the society as a whole.
I
So,
see.
but then like they changed it because the character of Summer is too complex and it doesn't really go with my last name.
I think the character being complex is perfect for you because you are a very complex individual.
That's why I go with Summer. I don't go with BJ.
Or China. Or
I'm not complex.
You're pretty complex.
No,
Summer.
I'm
You're
I'm pure and
like a-
simple.
well, you're
Okay.
purely complex. Or I don't know if that makes sense.
Do you speak
Okay, so
Chinese, Summer?
Go ahead.
Chinese what?
Do you speak Chinese?
I do
Which Chinese?
Mandarin.
Oh,
And I can understand Cantonese if you speak slow.
do you do you like Mandarin chicken?
Like a Mandarin chicken? Yeah, and from Panda Express.
Perfect.
Yes, I do like Panda.
You like Panda Express?
I like Panda Express.
Oh, but is that like do you die a little inside when you eat that food
Do I
because it's all fake?
Americanize?
Pretty bad, yeah.
But it's good. It's actually better tasting than other express Chinese food.
Yeah, but don't you really want to have that awesome homemade style
Right.
Chinese food? I mean,
Express, I don't know. I don't really go back to China that often, so I don't really know how authentic express Chinese food tastes.
when was the last time you went back to China?
2009.
When will the next time be that you go to China?
I'm aiming for next year.
Oh, there you go.
How
Yeah.
often does your mom go back to China? I remember the last time she went back, didn't she get stuck over there?
Yeah, last time she went back was not last year but 2 years ago. And before she left the country, before she left the United States, she forgot to check her green card, and it was already expired. So when it was time for her to come back to the United States, and the people at the airport are like, "No, you can't get on the plane because your green card expired. So you're actually not a resident of the United States. You're Chinese citizen. You need a visa to go to America."
What's
So,
the time difference between here and China?
right now it is 13 hours.
So it's what's 13? 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. over there? Is
What?
that what you mean? Oh, never mind. Well, yeah.
It'll be
11.
1 p.m. tomorrow.
It's 11.
Like, when you said
Oh,
13, I was thinking 1300, like military time, but you're saying 13 hours, so it's 11:20
yep,
a.m.
yep.
So when your mom, I'm assuming she called you as soon as she found out that she couldn't return. What time is she calling you at?
You call me in the middle of the night, like maybe like 2 or 3 a.m.
Middle of your night?
Yeah.
How did Man, I can't imagine. I imagine you were pretty paranoid or scared.
Yeah, I couldn't sleep. I was crying, and
Stressed, yeah.
I was calling the embassy. I was calling the custom. I was calling everybody, like to find out what she can do to make her come back. Because I asked everywhere. I think it was during one of the Chinese major holiday at that time, and then none of the embassies were working, and then I couldn't reach anybody, and I was so frustrated at that time, and I was crying.
That's a really intense situation.
Yeah, it
How,
was
who
scary.
was the first embassy? Did you try the U.S. embassy?
I tried the U.S. embassy. Yeah, I tried the U.S. embassy in China.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
hmm
How do you call a Chinese phone number? How long are how many digits is it?
You dial the country number. I think if you dial outside of your country, you dial 0, and then the country number for China is 86, 86, and then you dial 1 for Beijing, and then you dial the city code, like our area code, kind of like area code. It's like three digit area code, and then you dial your number.
And then the number is 7 digits, like here in the U.S. I mean, I'm assuming.
No. How many digits is? Yeah, it's 7 digits. But our cell phone number is super long. I don't know why. I think it's 9, 10 digits.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
That yeah, for their cell phone. For their cell phones, there's no area code involved. It's just a number, like 9 digit number. There's no area code involved in that.
Did she take a phone? Did she have a cell phone from the States that she took with her?
Yeah, she took it with her. And then at the airport, that was the only phone she could use to reach me. And then she actually texted me because she wasn't able to make any calls in China using that phone. So she only texted it, and then I called her, um, and then I found out that she wasn't able to come back. So
She pretty tech savvy, like texting wise, or could she jump on Facebook? Or I don't know.
no, no, she couldn't get on anything, just texting. And then if I call her, it will probably cost like $2 a minute or something like that. It was really expensive.
So from the time she called you, how long did it take for your mom to actually get another, or I guess get another plane ticket to come back?
She what did she do? Oh, actually, when she was getting on the plane at that city, because she made a transfer in a city in China, and then that's at the transfer where she got stuck. So luckily, at that transferring city, it was raining really, really hard. So the plane from that city to LAX was delayed. So they actually took everybody to a hotel. So she was able to stay at the hotel overnight and then try to figure out something the next morning. Um, and then the next morning, she purchased a ticket going back home, and what did I do? And then I think I called the embassy the following Monday in China time, and then they were saying she needed to get a transportation letter that's verified by the U.S. embassy. So to verify that her green card was stolen or expired, but she still could show proof that she was intended to still become or still stay as a resident of the United States. Yeah.
Huh. I can't imagine. Yeah, that seems like a real stressful situation. Cause okay, so you're getting that letter, and I'm just trying to live this moment as you lived it at that point, because I feel like that's pretty intense, and I'm just picturing my mom got stuck over
Yeah,
there.
it was really emotional because like I went around and asked a lot of people and called and then searched on the internet as well, and then different sites give me different answers, and especially when I was calling China, it was really frustrated because people there are not very helpful. They give me an attitude, and then they were like, "Well, I'm still asleep, so call back later." And then I was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, okay, you're supposed to be there and try to answer people, and you're supposed to be there. I guess they're in the night shift. You're at the night shift, and you're supposed to be up stuff. Like you're not supposed to tell people that you're asleep, and then you needed to go back to sleep and stop calling. I'm like, oh yeah, I got really frustrated at that time.
Yeah, like I said, I don't even know how I would be able to deal with that. You know,
Like,
so this transfer letter. I mean, did your mom have to go to the embassy over there in China and get it like approved or notarized or something? I imagine.
I actually called. No, I didn't call. I went to the United States immigration website or something, and then they gave some information on it. It was really helpful. And then all she had to do was to get a transportation letter from the Homeland Security, and then the Homeland Security explained, like, have a form for you to fill out, stating why you need the transportation letter, and basically about your green card got stolen, lost, or expired. And then if it's lost, stolen, or expired, you have to show proof of your continuous residency in the United States. Like you have husband or children or friends and family, and things like that. So I asked a couple of her patients actually that was in Corpus Christi, and wrote a couple letters, like three of them or one of them, yeah.
And utility bills.
And who? And utility bills.
Mhm.
That she was paying. I don't know. And then they wrote letters and saying that, well, we need her to come back because we need the acupuncturist to treat our sickness. So, so basically, I took those letters and made copies and sent it to her, and then she took it to the United States Embassy or Customs, something like that. I don't remember. And then they actually just approved it the day off, and it was pretty nice. Like the people in the embassy was really helpful.
Good old
So
USA, am I right?
what?
Good old USA, America.
Yeah, I feel like they do things like in order, and then it wasn't all random, and then people know what they're doing, and it's pretty nice. And then when she got that letter, she just took that letter, purchased another ticket from Beijing to LAX, and then to Corpus Christi. And then she was able to come back. But at LAX, she was stopped at the custom because they were checking up on her green card and the letter to verify the validity. Validity? Yeah.
Hey,
Validity.
Yeah, validity.
That shit
Prevalent.
cray.
Salient. You got
And
it.
they took her to a little dark house. That's what she said.
What?
They took her into a dark house and then interviewed her.
Damn.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. And she
That
said
sounds.
and then
I,
she said there was another lady who was also taken to another dark room or house, and then she was crying, and then she got sent back to China.
you're going back.
Don't ever go to China, people.
That might be the overall message here.
I mean, like going back to China to, to tour, to play, and to kind of like go around and see what it's like, it's fine, but to live there, it's very frustrating.
Some of it, I mean, you do blame your mom a little bit though, right? I mean, not checking her card. Just be like, Mom, come on. That's
No,
traveling China 101. Make sure
I
your card's expired.
I was in Dallas at the time when she was going back to China, and then my dad actually was the one who checks it every single time when she goes back to China. But that year, I don't know, and then he was just asking her, "Hey, do you have your green card ready?" She's like, "Yeah, I already had it ready, and then it's all packed into my purse, whatever." And he's like, "Okay, so you already checked?" And she's like, "Yeah, I checked." So, but then,
Tip.
no, but she didn't She didn't actually check. She just looked at it. It's present.
Wait. So you mentioned your mom's an acupuncturist. Do you practice acupuncture?
No.
I've never got an acupuncture. Have you, Randall? You seem like
Nope.
someone that would undergo acupuncture, like the art of acupuncture,
Nope.
punctured accurately.
No.
I think that's how the word's right. Acupuncture. I mean, it's like with
Actually,
precision and accuracy, we puncture you.
Have you ever been poked, Randall?
Not in that manner.
Poke, poke. Just getting acupuncture. How am I supposed to use that word? Have you been acupunctured?
no, that's not a verb.
Yeah. How do I use it then?
Have you done acupuncture?
Have you experienced acupuncture? You don't go, oh, hey, have you been acupunctured, bro?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, bro.
That might be just something
Describe
different.
it as an experience now. It's like, have you done acupuncture? I guess is a noun. I don't know.
You even know what you're saying.
I've also seen you, your mom do, what is it, the hot stones?
No.
Not hot stones?
Oh, does she do fire cupping?
Cupping, yes. Fire cupping.
What is it
It's
called?
actually bloodletting fire cupping.
That's pretty cool. I would do that.
Wait,
Like
what?
you puncture your back and then do a fire cupping over it and then suck all the blood out. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're referring to.
Yeah, but
I've seen it.
what's the difference between that and just going and donating blood?
You're not giving the blood to anybody.
Why would you want to help people?
I know, but like, essentially the same thing. One, you're like draining your body of blood and just through tiny holes all over your body. The other one's like just one big needle in your arm and you're just draining yourself out. Isn't that the same thing?
No, like the other one, the bloodletting fire cupping is a lot less blood. You're not punctured into your I don't know,
And it's,
artery.
and it's supposed to be therapeutic as opposed to
Right.
donating.
It's letting out your toxic blood. Like
Oh.
I've seen the blood that she sucked out was actually bubbly. Kind of like,
Yeah, like it had oxygen in it. Is that what you mean?
right. Well, no.
Did you use it to cast a spell?
It looks like it was like when you had diarrhea and you just keep going to the bathroom and keep going and going until you have nothing but water and bubbles.
What?
Yeah. So it looks like that.
Well, you got some pretty bad diarrhea, I think.
I had
Potentially.
serious
I've never experienced diarrhea either. So
The only time you see it bubble is if the methane gets let out of the waste. But that's a different kind of bubbling. It's not actively bubbling like it's being boiled. Still, that's interesting.
but how would you describe is acupuncture classified as homeopathic?
I think it's alternative medicine.
Or is it heteropathic?
Because
No, it's not.
no, because my wife wants to do the midwife. Natural birth. Is that considered homeopathic or natural medicine
No.
or alternative medicine?
Homeopaths, they use like
That's called lay some sheets down. We're having a baby.
no, they're different.
I'm just like trying to classify it in my head as the difference between homeopathic and alternative medicine.
I'm just asking questions.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, you're
alternative.
looking within like the same. It's not necessarily the same scope of practice, but I mean, they use natural remedies.
Right.
Homeopaths are going to use like herbs, essential oils, and stuff like that.
Will there be an apothecary at your child's birth?
No, but they did offer to do an herb, because I keep saying herb wrong apparently. Herb bath following the birth.
Herb bath.
Herbath? What's an herbath?
herb.
Is that like the ultra bath?
You know what I'm trying to say, man.
Like what
Yeah.
herbs are they gonna use?
I don't know, but it's supposed to calm like the where the baby, I guess, came out. That area down there is supposed to like just let it not hurt so much. It dulls the pain, and it also is good for the babies. I guess I don't know. Laura,
Do your epidural?
what's the herb bath? Herb bath?
Yeah, just shoot her up with the drugs, man.
Yeah, if she's gonna do epidural, she's not gonna feel anything.
Okay, so it helps. It'll help my wife's vagina and uterus, and then it helps calm the baby down. So, and she won't be using the epidural because she's going through a midwife, so we'll be doing that.
Um,
That's where I'm like,
so you've seen some videos online on YouTube?
yes, we've seen a ton of videos, Summer. It's
Would you take the epidural, Summer?
I don't know.
oh, that's a good question, Summer. Yeah.
I've seen a lot of friends that are going through birth a couple months ago, and then they all said they're not gonna go through epidural. And then in the middle of it, they are all yelling for epidural.
That's the
So,
key. That's the key is to go in not wanting it
yeah,
and hold off as long as possible because after you get like past a certain dilation, you can't have it. So
right.
Well, my wife was set on. Well, she's kind of like gone back and forth on it, but ultimately has decided on this. And one thing that the midwife is doing to prepare her for that are a series of like exercises and also some natural supplements that she's taking that are supposed to, I guess, just assist with the baby coming out. And it's also positioning of the body, because and this is just from listening to her, but also I guess doing my own side research and seeing like that. The way they position women in hospitals doesn't allow for gravity to help pull the baby out. It's a big thing, and was one of the gravity was the major, I guess, the birthing assistant back in the day before they would take people to hospital and stuff like that. So back in the day, be between two trees with rope tied to each one on your hands, and it helps you like doing this squatting position. And that's where like the baby came out, and so they it's I'm not saying that's what we're doing, but it's like positions that are varied around that. I don't think it's gonna be intense. And
Are you going to show the movie Gravity? Maybe that would work instead.
she does want me to take like calming movies, probably Interstellar, probably not Gravity. Gravity's pretty intense.
Well, just don't show her the ending.
So Summer. So would you choose the epidural? Do you think when
I think I wouldn't want to, because I don't know. Women back then didn't use it. I can't think of any reason that I can't endure that pain. It's just because people now have that choice made out in front of them, so they tend to, having that in back of their head. If I don't have that choice, then I probably won't even think about it.
Yeah, when my sister had her second baby, she got the epidural and she didn't feel anything. It was just like 2 pushes and the baby popped out, and she was just like smiling away. It was intense,
And
not
then
to
I
take
also
anyone
think
that's used an epidural or anything like that. I'm sorry, but
I don't know, I just feel like experiencing that pain just make you, I don't know, value the moment so much more, and you don't just go
well,
around.
and
Are
it's
you a
not
masochist?
saying anything for those that haven't experienced or didn't want to experience or whatever. Everyone has their own choice when it comes to childbirth, but that is a choice that Laura and I had talked about was, and it's not so much me. I guess it's more on her because she's undergoing the pain, but it's like
Yeah, you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
well, I have to be there. You know what I mean? And
Your job was done a long time ago.
no. Although when people say, "Oh, I heard you're having a baby," I was like, "No, my wife is having a baby." I'm just like,
You're just a +1. Although really it's a +2. Get it?
uh,
there's pros and cons to the epidural. Like my wife didn't have any pain meds or epidurals for both the kids, and she, because of the nature of the delivery, she was completely fine to like get up and walk and like care for the baby and like bathe the baby. I mean, she was like completely fine, as opposed to those with epidural. I mean, that could take hours to wear off, so you're pretty much like bedridden while somebody else is caring for your child. So
Yeah, I think your body just recovers a lot more faster. Totally.
and then my sister-in-law had the epidural, and she was miserable for like days afterwards. So she didn't like even carry her child for a very long time because of the side effects from the epidural.
Mm.
Now, Summer, if remind me if I'm remembering the story right, but I recall you telling me about you consuming placenta at one point. Was it correct?
Placenta peels,
Placenta
like
peels. Okay, I don't know if that.
the
Is that like a banana peel?
no, the tablets, the placenta tablet.
Oh, okay.
It's not the actual placenta.
I know. Okay, so where
I think
me
it was sheep
why
placenta.
take placenta
It's not
pills?
even human. Placenta is sheep.
Oh,
And then when I was, I think when I was 6 or 7, something like that. My mom was really sick, and then there's a family friend. She was a gynecologist, and she also delivered babies. And then I think, in her everyday life in the hospital, she sees a lot of dead babies who, like, because of those girls who do abortion. And then back then, China, well, even now, China didn't have any abortion laws. They can abort children that are 5 or 6 months into the pregnancy, so it's already a whole baby. And then one day, or that day, when my mom was really sick, and then she just carried a dead baby to my house, and then said, "This baby is so fresh. It's today, so maybe this baby can help you recover from your sickness." And then I actually saw the baby. She put it into our kitchen sink, and I was so grossed out. And for a very long time, I thought my parents were gonna eat me.
oh God.
Yeah, 'cause I thought my parents were so evil that they eat babies.
This is a story I was remembering, but now Summer told us this story whenever we were at Buffalo Wild Wings, I think, and like some wings. This is like, wait, what, Summer? Now, if you don't care that I ask more, because this is pretty intense. There's a baby in your sink, and how does your mom
The
like?
baby's dead, right?
The baby's dead. It was
Was it
like
pan fried?
freshly aborted on that day.
Did she eat it or
I
or?
kept asking her. I asked my dad, I asked her, and then he was like, "Did you eat the baby? Did you eat the baby?" And they were like, "No, we didn't eat the baby. We returned it to the friend, the doctor friend."
Did
Oh,
the doctor friend eat the baby?
I don't know what she did with it.
now is that like a known alternative medicine to consume
I
dead
think
baby?
it was pretty popular in villages in China, and even some rich people, they would go buy fetus from the hospital, or they would go like bribe the doctor, say, "Hey, if you have any fetuses that day, please give it to me. I'll take it home and cook it and eat it to keep myself young, to preserve my skin from wrinkling."
You know,
And
consuming a baby.
yeah,
WTF?
Wow.
yeah.
I knew about placenta eating, but I didn't know about baby eating.
We never found out if it was good or not.
Yeah, I
It's
wonder how it tastes. I mean, without even knowing, like maybe we have shit. Now, here's another use of the word. Maybe we have ate or eaten dead babies
human.
before. I don't know. I always get confused with those two words too. But maybe we've consumed dead babies without ever knowing it. You ever think about that? Like mystery meat?
Panda Express.
Gross.
Like hot dogs?
Didn't you work at a like slaughterhouse or something?
Oh yeah, yeah,
And you know where the meat come from?
yeah. I know where meat comes from, and I never want to smell raw cowhide again. That was so. That job was intense, man. 6 months. Never going back there again. But
Okay.
you know what, Summer? Um, I had another question in my head, but now I'm getting lost on it. I
Dead
guess
babies.
would that happen in here in the States?
Wait, what?
Underground, like consuming of dead babies?
I don't know, maybe. No, human trafficking, I'm sure. Like,
No, you
like
probably
what?
go ahead. Go ahead.
Like some, uh, like young girls who doesn't want babies, but they chose to give birth to the baby and then they sell it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Or to the doctor and then doctors sell it to other countries.
You brought up human trafficking, and I was thinking about because they closed all the massage parlors here, and a lot of them are owned by Chinese individuals. And
Oh
I didn't
yeah, I heard about that.
know if you had any like under the table info on that stuff, or you knew about
I know my mom once was working for them. I mean,
your mom was. Wait a minute.
Yeah, you might want to watch what you say. This might get incriminating.
not just doing acupuncture without knowing that they're also doing some under the table services. Um,
This is
it
yeah.
was,
He wasn't associated with those places, but
yep.
these places that we're doing it. Do you can you speak like how does it work? Like you're in there getting a massage, and just like the guy winks at the
I think
masseuse.
yeah, it's very common at those places where men just request additional service. Um, like that's the one reason my mom don't want to advertise for massages when she did acupuncture, because people can mistakenly assume that it does like extra services, especially if it's like Oriental or Chinese.
I
uh,
remember you said you got a few calls at your house about like guys asking about that. And like, no, we don't do that. Go away.
yeah, yeah, a couple times.
Uh,
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting. Um, but when we first moved to Corpus Christi, my mom was looking for jobs, right, for as acupuncturist, and then we just actually just randomly walked into one. We were just driving on the street, and then we saw this like Oriental massage, like on the street, like on the side of Airline Street, I remember. And then we just walked in, and then it was actually, to our surprise, it was a Chinese massage place, and then and then the owner and then the owner actually was an acupuncturist who graduated from the same university where my mom graduated from from Los Angeles, this acupuncture school. And then she was like, "Oh, I know this girl because she graduated a year before her, so she's heard of her." And then so she talked to her on the phone, and she's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, if you can work for me, that would be great, and then we can add, acupuncture to their service." And then so she's like, "Okay, I will be in San Antonio for a couple of weeks, for the next couple weeks, could you look after my shop?" And then my mom was like, "Okay, I can look after your shop." And then she worked there for 2 days. And then all of a sudden, when I was in school, I received a call. She's like, "Panel 6 is here." They're all trying to film us. I don't know what they're talking about. It's like, okay. But that's funny. Don't say anything.
Did the lady that asked your mom to go watch the shop? Did she know like it was about to be basically raided?
Yeah, she knows like what they're doing. And then later on, my mom heard that she actually moved from LA to Texas is because that her license, her acupuncture license in California was a what's the word? It was
Or
Revoked.
right, revoked. There we go. Because if she was doing some sexual activity involved in some sexual activities in one of the places in LA.
see all the places here that got closed down. If they didn't have a massage license, they got shut down immediately. Now the other places that have legitimate licenses are having to. I guess they're I don't know being investigated further. They've been tagged by Homeland Security and
Yeah,
they're on watch lists and all this stuff. So.
I'm sure all those people came from like LA or San Antonio.
One of my thoughts on that was that are some of these girls like when they were doing the interviews and they were interviewing this lady that does 4D ultrasounds. She says right next door was one of the massage parlors, and she said that she felt like these young girls were having to live there, and in my mind that kind of like shot a red flag of like maybe that they were sex trafficked. You know what I mean? Or they were being forced to do that.
Yeah, because they were still open like until like 10 or 11 p.m.
Now, do you think it's possible here in Corpus we're getting like these some I don't know like Chinese sex workers that are being forced against their will to I guess live in these massage parlors basically?
I think most of them are willing to because
Okay, really? Too? I was wondering about that because I don't know when it becomes a different thing whenever with sex trafficking and you have people that are being forced to do that. I'm just like dang, that's
because most of the women that does that are middle aged. They're not very young at all. I don't know. And then they just because they can make a lot of money tips out of it, and then they don't feel anything wrong with it.
it's for tip. That's how
Yeah.
it goes.
Tips.
Just a
I
tip.
Last Saturday or 2 Saturdays ago, these girls instead of tipping me, they just flashed me for Ubering.
Nice.
Oh,
Wait,
like
what?
warm.
You did
When
it, buddy.
I was Ubering 2 weeks ago,
I bet you were.
and
Uber?
yeah, driving people.
Oh.
Ubering.
So they instead of tipping you, they flashed you.
Yeah,
Ooh.
they're boobies.
Rats.
Dirty pillows.
I was like, that's gross. I'm out of here.
I thought Ubering you don't have to tip.
You don't, but people like getting tipped. Summer, don't be that person.
Well, it specifically said that on their website, so I
You don't
thought they
have
automatically
to.
charge like a 15%.
No. So on the app, whenever like, say I go pick you up and take you to your destination, it's just charging you for the fare. Now you're able to tip, and I've been tipped like anywhere from like most of the time they're $5 tips, but that weekend I was doing pretty good. I was getting $20 tips, and I was like, this is cool. And then I ended it with boobs, and I was like, cool, I'm going home.
Was it just one girl or two girls?
2 girls.
Oh, nice.
I was like, that's gross. My pregnant wife at home. I'm going home, guys. What would your fathers think? That's what I told them.
Sure, he did.
I did. Summer used Uber. She was asking me about Uber. You were saying there was a bunch of people around you, like drivers.
Wait, what?
Did you actually use Uber when you were asking me about it? Like
Thinking
years
about
ago?
it. I was thinking about it because in July I'll be going to California and I'll be leaving from work right after work on Thursday. So I'm thinking like, who should I take? Who should I ask to take me to the airport? Or should I just go use Uber? It's much simple.
Yeah, dude, it's like 50% the cab fare that you'd probably pay.
The cafe
Cab fare. So like I mean,
there.
Yeah, from my apartment to over there, I mean to the airport's like $40 they'll charge you, but $20 with Uber. So it's like, why wouldn't you? You know, and you're not. I mean, it's like me taking you. So you're like in my clean car, listening to my
But then,
jazz.
just one concern of like how safe it is for me to park my car at my company, you know, for over a long period over the weekend.
Oh,
So
is it
that
safe?
concern. What?
Is it safe?
I don't know, cause it's not gated or anything. It's just open parking lot.
And you're in Dallas?
Yes, I know.
What's keeping you from just leaving? I don't know. Why wouldn't you just leave your car at your house?
I won't be able to get to work.
Wait. Okay, so
I'm leaving right after work.
you just get an Uber from your house to work
Oh, and then Uber again.
to the airport.
Mm.
It's a double Uber.
Yeah.
Duber.
We call
Uber.
that Uber. Nice.
Well, I don't
Whatever.
know. Just morning traffic is so bad, and then I just feel bad about that person
Because
for
somebody's
that person that has to drive me to work.
So just sleep at work like the massage
what
parlor
they're
ladies.
for.
Sleep at work, right?
Massage parlor. I don't know how you would ask, like, if I went in for a massage and I was just like, so, I'd feel so awkward. And I'd be like,
The one, some of my friends that have received the happy endings, they didn't ask for them. The girls asked them if they wanted them.
nice.
So
But
yeah.
is that the extent of it? Was it just,
What?
I can see you later? I mean, or does it go
Gonna see you later.
more
I think
service?
it's pretty natural to see, or if it's pretty obvious to see if the guy wants it or not.
Oh, well,
They
I
turn.
imagine on some guys it would be more obvious than others, right?
And then when they're facing down, if they want it, they'll start grabbing your legs.
Has this happened to you?
Oh, wow.
No, it happened to other people, and then they told me.
Other people, and they
Other
told me-
people named Summer.
No.
Other people named Shah. When you
Yeah,
saying
that's
Shah earlier, I was thinking about that scene in Batman, whenever he's trying the Dark Knight, and he's trying to jump he's in that prison underground, and he's trying to jump on and grab that
Mhm.
rope. Whatever. They're all like Shah, Shah. I think Shah means rise, but you were saying Shah means
No, it's Xia. It's with the I and an A.
yeah.
Oh, it's so funny.
Rise, summer, rise,
All right, chicken.
Sunrise.
All right.
sunrise, tequila. Well,
Mm,
this has been a good little rant. I think. I think we did a lot better this time around.
I stayed for an hour.
Yeah, Summer. Well, you were telling some intense stories, and I really appreciate you taking us through your life of, your mom being basically stuck in China, and you giving us more background on your name meaning, and also the eating of placenta as massage parlors.
We'll find you a man with all these interesting things.
That's right, ranters. If you've listened this long, Summer is single, ready to mingle. She is located in the Dallas area.
DFW.
DFW Metroplex.
Yeah.
Send us your headshots, and we'll pass them on to her. And if she's interested, she'll give you a ring. Summer, do you have any last comments?
Nope. Just
Anything for those single ranters out there listening?
we'll check your passport if you're traveling.
For you single people out there.
Check your passport and your passport and your green card.
Yep.
Guys, hey Randall, Jesse, thanks for coming back on. Thanks for being team players, even though we had some technical difficulties last night.
No worries.
Yeah, no problem, yeah.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bum, bum, bum. I never noticed that last note at the end. That's funny. Hey, Randall.
What?
You okay, buddy?
Yeah,
You seem kind of quiet, man. I need to give you a hug here.
I'm playing video games. I wasn't paying much attention.
What? Fucking Randall, man. That's Randall.
Oh, this is summertime. Let her talk. Which you did a decent job of, I'll give you that.
Thank you. Jesse says I constantly cut her off, so I was just like, let her roll. Go, girl.
You go, girl.
Get it, girl. Get it, don't spread it. Oh, wait, that didn't sound right.
Nice.
I really liked this episode, even though, we had to redo it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I finally got my format down. But it makes me think of, like, maybe we should be focusing on people more than subjects. Like each other.
Interview profiles.
Every once in a while, we need a... Next one's going to be the Randall episode. We're going to dig into that.
Nope.
Big brain
You already tried that.
of Randall. We did try the Randall episode.
Yep.
So, Randall. Hey, Randall, you want to do our intro? Go for it. You're on. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, we had a show. It was about Summer. It was really good. You should date her. Do yourself a favor and listen in and date her. Thanks. Bye.
Okay. That was decent.
All right.
Jesse, do you want to add into the intro?
Add into it.
Just give our contact info. Just be like, as always, you can get our previous episodes at emptyrant.com, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Spit some other stuff and talk
I
about...
didn't know I had to do that. You should have said something. I gotta put that in there too.
I just figured you were going to.
You didn't say that.
Okay.
Go for it.
Go for it, Randall.
Don't forget to go to emptyrant.com where we have awesome podcasts about beer and group talks and life, and Jesse's last page, which is about comics, and some other guy writes on there about Mad Max or something. Yeah, it's good stuff. So go ahead and go. And we're also on Instagram and Twitter, and I think we might be on LiveJournal too still. And FormSpring, and we have an Ask.fm page. Please donate to our Patreon. Also, if possible, contribute to our Kickstarter. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah. Emptyrant.com. That's all I got. Jeez. Now, when Summer was talking and y'all are talking, how's the audio quality in comparison to yesterday?
It's better. But if too many people talk at once, then you can't hear anything.
Yeah, and that's just because we're on Google Hangouts. That's why it's got to be like individuals. But you can hear what Jesse's saying and what Summer's saying, right?
Yeah, I mean, by themselves, yeah. It's just if everybody starts talking at once, and it's like, who's saying what?
Were you ever on walkie talkies and they did that like voice activate or the Vox mode? So every time you talked, it would activate.
No.
And so if multiple people were talking at the same time, you could only it would prioritize one signal over the other. I don't know if you ever. Maybe I just played with a lot of walkie talkies back then. I don't know.
I don't know either, man. I just don't know.
What the hell, man? Jesse, hey man, thanks for. Hey, where are you going to vacation? You were talking about yesterday, but I was so frustrated I didn't really care. So
Frustrated.
We're going to Lake Travis this weekend.
Lake Travis is near Austin?
I think so. I've never been. My mom arranged it. She's running a lake house there, so.
Yeah, Lake Travis is by Austin. It's like to the west of Austin.
Dude, does she
Yeah.
have a timeshare?
Does she what?
Does she have a timeshare?
No.
I think I have a timeshare property there,
Oh, that's cool.
but I've never used it. So let me know how it looks, because I told Laura wants to take a baby moon, but I don't really want to travel. She was like, let's go to New Orleans or Florida. I was like, I don't want to travel that far with you. I mean, I don't know. I'm just paranoid right now. I'm going
I
into
don't want
like,
to hang out with you.
no, it's not that. I just don't, I wouldn't want to be on the road for a long period of time. But I'll go to Austin. I mean, that seems, I mean, it's right there and
Before the baby or after?
before.
Oh, okay.
And she just wants to kind of like chill out with just me and her. I think she's, I don't know. We get into like
Bummed?
that.
She seems like she's bummed.
No, not bummed. It's the change of routine, and so it's no longer going to be her and I, and it's like one of these like last hurrahs.
I did that with my oldest daughter before the baby came.
Yeah, we've
Yeah,
taken
we
some
just-
trips, but I don't know. I think she still wanted to take more.
Yeah, the pictures my mom sent me for Lake
God.
Travis look awesome.
Yeah, it's a nice
Yeah.
place. I've been there.
Yeah.
A
Yeah, I'm
long
looking
time
forward
ago.
to it. It's like a super big, like 3.5 bedroom, like cabin, like I don't know,
Yeah,
gated
that
and
might be
everything.
your property. Your mom might have. Is it associated with any like um major hotels?
No, the link she sent me doesn't appear, so she did it all online, so I don't really know.
Okay.
I'm just staying.
I'm just saying.
I'm Jesse saying. Get it? Just the same. Anyways, this will go up tomorrow night, but appreciate y'all guys coming back, and I'm glad I got this working. But anyways, I'll hit y'all up later. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.